Hey everyone, it's Johnny Hahn, BP, and Justin here today. Here with Better Off. No, it's not Better Off. Let's change the name. Better Win. How's it going, guys?
Good.
I got so used to promoting Dave's channel, Better Off, which Dave's no longer a part of. Dave left that channel and that brand a few weeks ago, and I promoted him so much. I got used to saying it all the time and slipped up there. So, yep, my channel's been changed to Better Win. So I'm kind of holding things to a higher standard because when you name it Better Win, you better freaking win. So there we go. How was the football this Monday, guys? I did good. I had Rams first half, and I had under in the Eagles. Luckily, I didn't see that coming at the halftime score.
I had Rams first half too. I bet it pretty large. I'm a Falcons fan, so I knew that was pretty easy money. Falcons are on a downswing. They made a rally. I actually covered the final spread, but I bet the first half did pretty well. The only game I really struggled on was the Browns. The Jets had, I guess, a couple late touchdowns, and they actually pulled off the victory. So it was a good Sunday and Monday for me. Look to do better always every week.
Yeah, I said Rams and I meant Bills on Monday. I had the Bills first half. They went on to destroy them. So
Sunday was good. Monday wasn't great. I should have taken the Eagles. I felt like they could win that game, but I laid off completely. But they got it done. They made Minnesota look pretty bad. And I unfortunately had the Titans spread. Thought that they would cover, but they didn't show up.
Yeah, I had Eagles. Just Kirk Cousins primetime just never is a good match. I mean, he's like, I forget what he is. I think he's 1-1 and
2 maybe.
Maybe. If we're
not good.
Yeah, if we're being nice, he's maybe 1-2 in 10 years or something. I mean, primetime Kirk Cousins never works out.
No.
So let's get into the first game, which will be Thursday night. Thursday night football. We're going to have Steelers going into Cleveland. Steelers are the dog here. Cleveland's laying 4.5, maybe even up to 5. Was 5 on some books. Kind of changed today to 4.5. Total set at 38. We'll use those numbers, 4.5, 5, depending on what you like. Obviously, if you like the Browns, you're laying 4.5, and you like Steelers, you're trying to get 5. Steelers are 1-1 on the year. Browns are 1-1 after that heartbreaking loss to the Jets that probably nobody saw coming. Steelers held in there with the Patriots, just couldn't get it done. Quarterbacks are a problem there. Is it time to pull Mitch Trubisky and let's see what Mason Rudolph can at least do?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. I don't think he's next in line, unfortunately.
I think he should be next in line, though.
Yeah, I don't know how long Tomlin's going to let this go with Trubisky. This is his chance to, he was on the Bears and he couldn't do nothing, and you can blame the coaching, but now he's on a new team, a proven winning team. Tomlin's not had a losing season in, 15, 16 years. If you can't win with Tomlin, you're not a winner as far as I'm concerned. Steelers are 1-1. Browns are 1-1. What are you guys looking at in this game? BP, go ahead.
I'm going to take the points with the Steelers. I got it at +5. Last weekend was pretty much the Najee Harris show, and that's probably what we're going to see again. If we are going to get a quarterback change, I'm with Justin. I'd like to see Pickett get a shot at it.
Right on. What are you looking at in this game, this early division matchup, 1-1 each team?
I said Kenny Pickett. I really think they're going to give that man a shot. I'm not saying this week. I don't think it'll be this week, but I think he will win the starting job at some point this year. We already know what you get with Mason Rudolph. Mitchell Trubisky is still the most overrated draft pick I've seen in the last 5 or 6 years at the quarterback spot. As far as the game, I think it's going to be ugly. I like the under, actually. I got under 39. I could see it being a 17-10 ball game. I like as far as the spread, that's tough. If I had to lean, I'd choose the Steelers, but my play is going to be under of 39. I don't think, the Browns have a great defense. You saw that in week 1 when they played Carolina. Got a little sloppy at the end, but they've got a lot of people on defense that's going to stop the run, and they're going to be forced to throw. I just don't see, if they start Mason or Mitch, I don't see them beating them with a passing game. So I think it's going to be tight. I think it's a 3-point game probably, but I do like the under 39.
All right, there you go. Steelers took both games last year, 15-10. The first game, 26-14. Not sure what the total was on the second with the total of 40 there. Steelers did win by 12, 26-14. Some interesting things here at the Steelers. For the last 20 years, the Steelers' record straight up is 33-6-1 against the Browns. That's just unheard of. That was 99% Ben Roethlisberger era, so things have changed. The Browns have only won 3 times in the last 10 years against the Steelers straight up. Wow. I mean, just 33-6. You almost think it's time to sprinkle the money on the Steelers. Just Steelers own the Browns. Browns, they're the only thing really they're doing good right now is rushing the ball, 200 yards a game. Steelers, the only thing they're freaking not doing good is everything. I mean, they're 29th in time of possession. They only got the ball 26 minutes a game. That means their defense is on the field 34, 35 minutes a game. It's hard for me to take the Browns. I mean, I got to take the points with BP here.
Yep.
You got to lean under. Maybe tease this thing. Maybe make that go up to 10.5, 11, and under 44. I think they're calling for some rain up there too. Browns are going to look to make a move. Maybe even Browns first half. You know, after getting beat by the Jets there at the last minute there.
I might watch a couple drives in this game and can actually highly consider the one. It's plus 170 now in the Steelers. I mean, if they look even halfway potent on offense, it's probably worth a shot.
Is it plus 170? Yeah, I'd like to see at least 2-1 for a chance on that. So maybe, like you say, get a live bet. Browns go down, kick a field goal, grab the Steelers plus 200, maybe tease it. Maybe just go watch college football because that's what we'll do next. College football, maybe the better game of the night is going to be this one. West Virginia travels into Blacksburg to face Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's 2-1 on the year. West Virginia's 1-2. West Virginia's laying 1.5 total set at 50.5. Virginia Tech lost their first game against Old Dominion and won the last 2. The last one was 27-7 at Wofford. In game 2, they ended up beating Boston College 27-10. West Virginia, their only win so far is against Townsend, 65-7. They lost to Kansas in overtime, 55-42, and then that first opening night game against Pitt, which was a great game and a great performance out of West Virginia, came up short. What are you thinking about this, Justin?
You know, I don't know. I've watched both teams play. I believe Virginia Tech lost to Old Dominion, beat Boston College, and beat Wofford only, what was it, 24-7, if I remember right?
27.
27, okay. And then West Virginia lost in overtime to Kansas. Actually lost by 13 in overtime, which is hard to do. And then lost to Pitt, which Pitt's a decent team, and then beat Townsend, like you said. On these Thursday night games, you know, I told you on week 1 we did a video on West Virginia Pitt. I'm not big on JT Daniels. There's a reason he's transferred to twice already. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to take the points, and I'm actually going to take Virginia Tech on the money line. As far as the over-under, I don't know. I'm not going to guess at that one.
All right, you got to play on this BP opinion? Play anything?
I can take West Virginia on the money line. Sometimes this is where taking early lines actually can burn you. I got like a minus 140 right now. I'm staring at a minus 115. So I'm going to go with West Virginia here.
All right. I'm going to go West Virginia myself. They're putting up 46 points a game, 511 yards a game. Now, some of them games have been, overtime and that barn burner and Pitt. Virginia Tech just – the only thing they're doing good is their defense. Defense is holding opponents to 200 yards a game, but when you're playing Wofford and Old Dominion, you shouldn't give up much more than 200. Defense is stout too, 12 points a game average after 3 games. That's pretty stout. There again, the level of competition they're playing. a faster paced West Virginia team. West Virginia will put up some points. The total reflects that at 50.5. They are expecting a few more points and 12 points a game for Virginia Tech's defense. The other thing that really stands out to me is Virginia Tech is only completing 37% of their third downs. That's a problem when you're playing bad teams. If you can't get 45, 50% of your third downs and you're playing bad teams, you're in trouble. So give me West Virginia here. I'll lay the 1.5. Stay off the total. Let's move on. BP's got action on the Thursday night. One more game here. The smells funny kind of trap game here. Coastal Carolina, Georgia State. Coastal Carolina's 3-0. Georgia State is 0-3. Carolina's laying up. Put down 2 points. Is that right, BP?
It was correct.
It was 2.5. It's 2 now. Either way, I'm going straight money line with Coastal Carolina. I got it at -140. I am starting at a -135 now. So even the line's moving the wrong way. It does seem a little weird, but the Chanticleers should be able to get this thing done.
You got a thought on this, Justin? It smells funny to me. And if it smells funny when you got 3-0 against 0-3 and the line's only 2, it smells like shit to me. I'll tell you that.
It's fishy for sure. If I had to bet it, I'm probably not going to bet this game, but I mean, I would take Coastal Carolina on the money line. I bet Georgia State against them twice. I'm trying to remember the second game, but I bet against them against South Carolina. South Carolina covered. So Georgia State's made me some money by not covering. So I see them not covering again.
Yeah, South Carolina, North Carolina, and they just lost to Charlotte by a point.
Yeah, and Georgia State was favored, I think, by like double digits. I can't remember. I know I'd won money on that game. I can't remember. I bet it late.
Yeah, it smells funny to me. Like I said, 3-0 going against 0-3. You would think that line would be at least a touchdown. Yeah, I can't touch that with your money. No way. Not going to happen. And there's better games. I don't need to watch that. Yeah, that's one of those ESPN Plus games or something. So stick to the 2 big games. Let's move into Friday. There's, I think, three games Friday night? We got the Virginia, Syracuse, and then the Air Force. Who's Air Force?
Air Force, Nevada.
Boise
State, UTEP.
So there you are. 3 games there. Let's start off with the big one of the night. We'll go Virginia at Syracuse. Virginia's 2-1. Syracuse is 3-0. Syracuse is down to 9. It was as high as 10. Total set at 54. Virginia's 2-1. Did I already say that? Yeah. Anyway, Syracuse 3-0. They took down Louisville decisively, 31-7 week 1. Then they got by UConn 48-10, and then Purdue coming back there 32-29. Moving the Cuse to 3-0. Virginia, they beat Richmond 34-17, lost to Illinois 24-3, and squeaked by Old Dominion. I think that was one of those last second I had Virginia on the money line or -3, and I don't remember, but they barely beat Old Dominion 16-14 this past Saturday. Got any thoughts on this, BP?
No, I'm laying off of this one. I was going to mention the Coastal Carolina game made ESPN 2.
All right. So keep an eye on that if you've lost already on those other games. What time is that? Is it coinciding with these other games or later?
Coastal Carolina's on at 7:30 tomorrow night.
It's all about the same time then.
They're both at the same time, all except that Illinois, Charlotte at 8:30.
Man. What about you, Justin? Virginia, Syracuse. I mean, like I said, it's a 9-10 point spread. Syracuse at home, 54 is the total.
Might tease this one. I'm not going to bet the spread, but I do like Syracuse to win. Syracuse had a nice miracle last week. They are undefeated, surprisingly, which I'm sure shocked a lot of people. I'm probably going to tease it to 6.5. Get Syracuse at -3 and take the over 48. But I'm probably not touching the line or the over-under.
Yeah, that might not be a bad play. Drop Syracuse down to 2.5 or 3. We'll see which way the line goes before Friday. Long way to go there. And you would go over on the other side of that teaser?
Yeah, I think I would go over.
Or I know BP's got a teaser. Maybe there'll be some other options with that. Syracuse -3 and see what BP's going to bring with these teasers. Me, I'll tell you what. Syracuse putting up some points, 37 points a game. Offense putting up 408 yards, 244 passing, 162 on the ground. Virginia's not. Virginia's putting up 17 points a game. When they're putting up their offense, they're just not putting the ball across the goal line there. 418 yards, 236 passing, 176 rushing. Virginia's D's playing tough, 18 points a game, but look who they play. They have, Richmond and Old Dominion. Yeah, Illinois, they're middle of the road. Syracuse, their D's actually holding up good too against better competition. 16.7 points per game. The rush is only giving up 98 yards per game. That seems to be where Virginia shines, putting up 176 rushing on offense. I'm going to go Syracuse -5 first half. I think Syracuse will jump out to a halftime lead at least by a touchdown. I'm always afraid of that backdoor cover. I don't even know if that will happen. I kind of can see Syracuse rolling on this one at home Friday night. But the safest play for me and the best play for me is going to be Syracuse -5 first half. We got nobody in here today, man. What the hell happened? It's weird. You guys don't like us no more? I mean, what the fuck? All right. I don't know. They all watch it later, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, BP, you got some action in those other games.
Yeah, I'm going to tease them both. I'm going to take Air Force. They're playing Nevada. Air Force coming in 2-1, Nevada 2-2. Air Force laying 24. Not loving that number, but I'm going to take them -18 on a 6-point teaser. Air Force is at home in that game. That one's on Friday night, 8 o'clock, Fox Sports 1. Boise State laying 15.5. I brought that down to a -9. I put them both together. Boise State comes in 2-1, UTEP 1-3. We are in UTEP for that one, 9 o'clock kick on CBS Sports Network. Combine them both. I just got to get back to it for a -120.
-120 on 6-point teaser?
Yeah, parlay. 2-leg.
Teaser?
Yeah.
Okay. My 6-point college teasers are even money. So.
Yeah, I was hoping for even money, but it comes out to what it comes out to, I guess.
Okay. What about you, Justin? I don't like them games. I haven't looked at them long enough to nothing stands out to me.
I'm trying to figure out how UTEP got that game at home, but I'm not even going to have it on the television. I'll just keep an eye on it, but I have no play in that. I'm not going to guess at that one.
Boise State should roll, I would think. I mean, they look like the best team in their division, their conference.
You're bringing Boise State down to 10. I can see that being, manageable. 16 on the road is a lot in college football. That's what happened to Air Force last week, trying to lay 16 on the road, and they got their shit handed to them by Wyoming. Yeah, I don't know where I would go with the teasers. Maybe like BP did on that one, and Syracuse on the other one.
I'm thinking about adding one. I'm thinking about adding Illinois, teasing it down to 11.5, and I might take Virginia up to 15.
Virginia up to 15. Yeah, that could happen. Double digits in college football, a lot of times you can't go wrong. That's for sure. You got the backdoor cover. You got just anything can happen. It's college football. I mean, right now, week 4, we should start learning a little bit more, I think, than what we've seen the past few weeks. So,
I think NFL's been even more unpredictable than college football so far this season.
Oh yeah, NFL's like that every year.
The only one that's doing what they're supposed to be doing is the Bills.
Too much so. Yeah.
And Matt Ryan, he's doing exactly what he does.
Okay, as a Falcons fan, Matt Ryan was not that bad at the Falcons. I mean,
as a Titans fan, I love seeing it.
Yeah, that's an interesting game. Titans Raiders. Maybe we'll get into that later. But Titans Raiders. That's both 0-2, and Raiders, man, way to blow that game. Wow, lost 16-point lead and then losing overtime as well. Wow.
What do y'all think? Have y'all looked at the latest AP Top 25 poll?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention. I told you that before. What's the standings here? Where we got?
Just
The top 10.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is, in my opinion, right now, Georgia, they're number one for a reason. I don't see anybody beating Georgia, and I can almost argue that Georgia is better than they were last year, which is weird.
I've seen one of these, and it may not have been the AP, but I've seen one that listed Ohio State 1, which I found weird.
Now they got one first place vote. Georgia got 59, and Alabama got 3. So,
yeah, I showed Georgia 1, Alabama 2, Ohio State 3, Michigan 4, Clemson 5,
yes.
Oklahoma 6, and USC 7. And I think all that's probably about right. Maybe Clemson's a little too high for me. I just don't trust that kid at quarterback. I don't think. I think Clemson should be maybe 7, or maybe I don't know, man. USC might have to jump up in there.
I got USC 5, and now I know they haven't played anybody, but they have struggled. They beat Sanford soundly, and they've struggled at Sanford over the past decade. So it's USC. Lincoln Riley, he's got them boys rolling. I got Oklahoma 6. I think the best thing for Oklahoma that ever happened is they got Brent Venables as a defensive-minded coach. And then Arkansas rounds out the top 10. They struggled with Missouri State. Old Bobby Petrino almost lost that game. We're trailing 3.5 quarters. So, it's just interesting because, at the beginning, our first show before college football started, all of us agreed that Notre Dame and Texas A&M was ranked too high. And Notre Dame's out, and A&M's 23, and they were 24 last week. So after 2 weeks, one was 24 and one was unranked. So I think we did a good job there.
I know we're not going too far into Saturday, but I do like Arkansas getting plus money against Texas A&M this weekend.
Yeah, I told him about that too. I told somebody earlier about that today. I'm not sure about that either. USC will play Oregon State on the road. This will be their first true opponent. Oregon State's actually 3-0. They're laying 6 in this game. If they smash them, USC is going to definitely get recognized. That's for sure. Outside of that, the competition, you got Utah, and they finished the season with Notre Dame. But outside of that, it's just the regular old Pac-12 nonsense. There's nobody in the back.
For me, it's Big Ten, but it's Michigan's first, actual conference opponent in Maryland, and they're laying 17, and I took it. So there are a few people must have been putting a little bit of money on Maryland as the line came down 0.5 point to 16.5 at some books. But I think Michigan is, as advertised, they're going to be a contender to the bitter end, and the only team that can beat us in the Big Ten, in my opinion, is Ohio State. It's
hard to determine. They played 3 nobodies and won all by 50. Until Penn State a few more weeks from now, we're really not going to know much about Michigan, I don't think.
I look forward to that game.
Well, that's my team, and I watch them every week, and I've seen what they did last year, and I've seen the progression this year. And I know we're playing nobody so far, but I think they're going to do something. Justin brought up the Florida-Tennessee game if he wants to, since we're shooting out Saturday stuff.
I'll wait for the Friday show on that. I don't want to, we got to have something to talk about on Friday.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be here on Friday, so I'll give you my play. I took Tennessee minus 9.5. I think the number Justin said came up quite a bit from there, right?
It jumped to 11. It's back down to 10.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm sorry, it jumped to 11.5, and then it's back down to 10.
I was on Florida week 1, and that was good, but on Florida week 2, and that burned me. And then after they almost lost to South Florida, I just backed away. So
Florida,
I can't with Florida anymore.
That South Florida game, that last kick where the last minute they snapped a bad snap. That kick, I don't know if y'all watched that kick that South Florida, he dropped the snap. He kicked that ball flat off the ground and still drilled it like 48 yards. And it was just that much right. That was pretty impressive to me. I don't think anybody noticed that, but
he might get a contract out of that kick.
Go back and watch that replay. It was ridiculous.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. I'm still having a hard time believing nobody watches live. It's
Are we? Yeah, we're live. Okay.
We'll get some love after the fact.
I put it on the right channel, or what happened here?
Are you in YouTube jail?
I may be. I may be. All right, so we'll see what happens there. There's some plays, guys. Anybody watches it later, there's a lot of good action. I mean, I know a few of these weeks, Justin and I have really been cleaning up. We had that Kentucky a couple of weeks ago, and just really cleaning up on these plays. Solid winners. Why we keep coming back. If we were losing, we probably just
wouldn't have enough to pay for the power bill.
Yeah, hide our faces and not do it. So, all right, I would say thanks for watching, but ain't no more.
Well, they'll watch later.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Have a good one.